There's a blue, blue heaven on the corner. There's a blue, blue heaven you'll see. There's a blue, blue heaven on the corner, and it's waiting there for me. I tell my friends and family that I love them, but I must meet my destiny. There's a blue, blue heaven on the corner, and it's waiting there for me. And it's waiting there for me. Yeah, it's waiting there for me. Well, it's waiting there for me.
Right now, right, you're going to go to 2 New Street Owner, New Street Owner.
There's nothing like a local paper to drag you into a mood of terrible despair, is there? In fact, for me, I think it's just the word local that does it. Doesn't matter where you live, you can take the word local out of any sentence, replace it with the word crap, and it still works exactly the same. Let's try it, shall we? Here we go. A local theatre group. One to me, I think. Let's have another go. Music will be supplied by local musicians. Mr. Jeff Nimble, a local poet. I don't think we're going to top that one, are we? Oh, thanks, Rog.
Are those boots all right?
Yes. These poor buggers. See what they mean by the rat race?
What do they mean by the rat race?
Well, you know, they're like rats.
Yeah, but you never see rats all together like that, do you?
You do when they're racing.
They don't race them, do they?
I don't mean like dog racing, I mean racing after something.
Like what?
Cheese. They race after cheese quite a lot.
Well, I've never seen them racing after cheese.
Obviously you don't see them. They're in bloody sewers and places like that.
Well, they're not going to get much cheese in a sewer.
No. They'll have to race after cack, I suppose.
Well, they won't race after that.
OK. But you might see them racing away from it. That's why they call it the rat race, because these people hurrying to work are very reminiscent of a lot of rats in a sewer racing away from cack. All right?
Well, I don't know. If they're going to race off every time they see cack, a sewer's a bit of a stupid place to live, isn't it?
The next train to arrive at
All right, Fran.
All right, Ursula.
Is she late?
Yeah.
Could I have a cheeseburger?
She's madly, though.
Oh, I envy you two. Nice little pop group. Nobody telling you what to do.
Yeah, we've turned her back in the rat race.
Mind you, if you're going to be here every morning, I don't know why you don't do something useful. Like, well, begging, for example.
Ursula, I'd be a bit short of cash at the moment, but we've got some profit left, you know.
We did do penny for the guy once.
Yeah, that was... When was it?
November.
November, that's right. But that was more of a traditional thing. I mean, kids today, they don't know what a Guy Fawkes is. They put a jump out on a teddy bear and that's it. We had the pumpkin head and everything.
Yeah, I could hardly breathe in that thing.
I told you the holes weren't big enough, but you knew best. Absolutely fantastic.
What's all that with the cowboy hat and the guitar case?
It's his latest tactic. He thought the Lycra cycling shorts were doing more harm than good.
Now she's going to think he's some kind of busker and that'll put her right off.
Look, Buskers on railway stations play guitars. They don't keep them in the case.
Well, you might be a busker who likes a few bob up front.
Yeah.
Listen, Roach, when I need advice on how to pull birds, you're the last person I'll go to. The fact is, you won't get anywhere with a woman like that unless you look like a jeans advert.
Oh, get off.
It's true. If I'd have had a 60s soul classic in the background, then we'd have been in the chemist together by now.
All you have to do is talk to her. You've been gawping her for 3 weeks.
You can't go up to a woman like that and just start chatting her up. You've only got to look at her to see she's probably the fashion editor for Vogue or something.
And that's why she gets off at Stourbridge every morning.
Come on, Roach. I've written this new song. It's called Oh Magnificent Mysterious Mouth-Watering Woman. Are those tights or stockings? I mean, it's just a working tight.
I mean, we had to put up with some pressure in the second half, but in terms of clear-cut shit.
Where our Frank's gone to? I bet his tea's Kerry ruined.
Opportunities, having too much of a very, very good save. And,
Oh no, it's fine.
in all fairness, probably have 4 or 5 clear
All right.
chances to win the game. You know, say something for the team.
Singing Detective back on.
No, it's Ron Atkinson.
You got the colour too high on this, you know.
Where you been all carrying day?
I've been rehearsing at Roach's.
Your tea's on the table. Don't pick it up, it's hot. I said don't pick it up.
I ain't touched it. I just looked at it and instinctively cried out.
You can't be lucky you've got anything. We've been round your great uncle Nat's house all day.
How is he?
Dead.
Do you have an argument?
He died last night. Heart attack, they think. We've been round there sorting through his personal effects.
Anything interesting?
Not a cow in Agney. Still, what can you expect? He never worked after his problem started. That side of the family's always been a bit mentally unstable. Stress, depression.
Yeah, but he thought he was Sir Don Bradman.
Poor soul. When they found him, he'd got all his cricket gear on, you know.
Why does a bloke from Smethwick suddenly start thinking he's an Australian Test cricketer?
Oi, oi, oi! He was a good bloke, old Nat. Drunk a lot, abusive. You look at him the wrong way, rip your bloody head off.
You don't think he was an Australian Test cricketer, do you?
Well, he played at Edgbaston once.
Did he?
Oh, yeah. He waited on the back stairs of the pavilion, and when the incoming batsman went past, Nat hit him on the head with a Cowan cricket bat. He went strolling out onto that pitch thinking no one had Cowan noticed. They had to drag him off in the end, and all because he'd forgotten to take his medication.
What was he on?
About 24 not out, I think it was.
No, I mean, what was they giving him to control it?
You can't bloody control it. Once they start thinking there's somebody else, they've had it. They dress like 'em, sound like 'em, move like 'em, they've got no chance.
I'll never laugh at Shaking Stevens again.
There's a letter for you, if I can find it. You can't find anything in this house. God knows what's happened to my cowboy boots. Oh, here we are.
Social Security? I'm not opening that.
Why not?
I'm scared.
Listen, Frank. 5 o'clock I was up this morning. Pitch black it was, and me walking the street silent except for the birds muttering their sleep and the squit, squit, squit of my Woolworths trainers on the wet pavement. Now, that's been my life for the past 30-odd years. Alarm clocks, dark streets, hard graft, sweat and strain. Now, when do I get a break? When do I get a chance to lie in?
Signing on day?
Exactly. Non-declaration of earnings has been a time-honoured tradition in this family as far back as the means test. Now, they don't know about my milk round, and they don't know about your little pop group. And what they don't know won't hurt us. Now, read the letter.
You read it, Mum.
Mr. Sanford, I'm writing to inform you.
Oh, God, that's it. I've been informed. That's the beginning of the end. People will say, whatever happened to Frank Sanford? Oh, he got informed by the Social Security. We'll never saw him again.
You're going to let him read it, or what?
Sorry.
In order to rectify a computer error which has caused you to be underpaid for the last 14 years, your benefit is now being increased to £183 per fortnight.
What? Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, man, that's really brilliant. Yes.
I was
Yes.
only joking. I'm writing to inform you.
Hold it. You mean my money's not going up?
Of course not.
Oh, yeah, really clever joke, Mum. Well done.
Yeah, you had us go in there, you little bugger.
Anyway, We are starting a new scheme for long-term unemployed. Appointment Stairbridge Job Centre, 9:30 Wednesday morning, with our scheme coordinator, Ms. LJ Emmett. Hey, that's tomorrow.
I can't see at 9:30 in the morning. I've got to see... Well, I just can't, and that's final.
Francis, my friend, where are you off to?
The job centre.
Ah, then we can go together.
It's a regular thing for you, Pran.
My dear Francis, going to the job centre is like being married. At first, you're in and out 3 or 4 times a day. But before you know where you are, it's once every 6 weeks. And even then, only because you don't want to get shouted at.
Yeah, it's a waste of time. Been out of work long, Pran?
Oh, yes, I had a bloody good job with British Telecom, you know.
Really?
Yes, I was the Asian bloke who answered the phone when people dialed the wrong number.
Ah, it was you, was he?
Oh, yes, those were happy times. Of course, it's all done by computer now. They've just sampled some old Peter Sellers records. It's just not the same.
Yeah, all the old traditions are dying out. You know, I remember when I got my first ever gyro. And on my way back from the pub, I nipped into the social just to sort of say thank you. I walked into the crowded waiting room and I asked for a bit of silence. I placed one hand on my heart and the other one on the big sign that said Department of Health and Social Security. I threw back my head and I sang. Bless this house, O Lord, we pray. Of course, they threw me out before I could finish it. I don't know if you remember that white-haired woman who worked in there, but she called me a lager lout.
Philistine.
Was that a name? I don't remember.
Mr. Sanford?
Yeah.
Ms. Emmett's office is first on the right.
Thanks.
Come in.
Yeah, I thought it might be the woman from the station as well. Still, there you go.
Sit down, Mr. Sanford.
Thank you.
Now, Mr. Sanford. I'm new here, and that's quite difficult, you know. Unfamiliar surroundings, colleagues who are strangers to me. I feel slightly out of place.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Well, not everyone can. Oh, I envy the people who've been here for years.
It's all right for them.
Exactly. You know, you've got to look at them to see that they feel confident here. They're settled.
Of course they are.
Yes. And they don't come much more settled than you, do they, Mr. Sanford?
Sorry?
I've been looking back through your file, Mr. Sanford. Mainly concentrating on volumes 7, 8 and 9. But I have looked back to some of your earliest days with us. Do you know that we've got a little note made on your very first visit to the benefit office? Written with one of those big feathers, I shouldn't be surprised. Would you like to hear it?
Well, I'm in a bit of a rush, really. I'm usually out searching for work this time of the day.
It does us all good to have a morning off once in a while. This'll take you back. Today, Frank Sanford, a school leaver, tapped on the security perspex at my counter and said, "Excuse me, is this where you get the free money?" We should keep an eye on this boy. Well, the boy became a man, Mr. Sanford. Do you know that you've been claiming supplementary benefit for over 15 years?
Have I? Thatcher's Britain, eh? And bloody Major's Britain.
Not to mention Callaghan's Britain.
Who?
Callaghan. He was Prime Minister when you first claimed benefit.
They come and they go, don't they?
But you carry on, Mr. Sanford. Your period of unemployment spans 3 decades. You're the Cliff Richard of the dole queue. Now, I'd like to show you something. You know what this is?
Is it Bart Simpson appearing as the mystery guest on A Question of Sport?
No, it's what's happened to the long-term unemployed in this area since I moved in.
What? They've gone all sort of pointy?
The numbers have dropped drastically.
Dropped drastically? Wasn't he a character in Wacky Races?
Listen, there are people living in this country who'd rather lie in bed interfering with themselves and go out and do a hard day's work. Idle, dishonest people. People who think they can stroll through life without ever having a proper job.
It's immoral, isn't it?
You're immoral, Mr. Sanford.
Well, you can talk. Working for an organisation that employs professional snoopers.
We would employ professional snipers if I had my way. is enough. There's a placement available at a local book publisher's.
Local, you say?
Yes. The interview's at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Well, best of luck with it.
Goodbye, Mr. Sanford.
Point is, I'm a singer. If you find a job you love, you don't want to do anything else. And speaking of love, how am I going to get to the station if I'm working? She must have been worried sick this morning.
Oh, job you love. You know, I really miss my theatrical days. There I was, all covered in sweat and makeup, bright lights all shining on me.
Yeah, it's a disgrace the way the police treat you people.
No, I was talking about my triumphant role as Napoleon Bonaparte. I made my own costume, you know. I've still got it somewhere. It's military with just a hint of chiffon.
But not tonight. Josephine was delivered with a good deal of conviction. Oh, it's a local publishing company as well. It'll all be stuff like Enoch and Eli's Boston Black Country Tales.
Oh, I read one of those once. It was all about this bloke from Aylesbury who'd fallen in love with a Staffordshire Bull Terrier.
Well, they say love is blind.
Yeah, but you'd think his sense of smell would have still been all right.
Anyway, legend says one thing led to another, and eventually this strange dog child was born.
Oh, such rubbish. If people want a real story, they should write about my great-uncle Nat. He thought he was Sir Don Bradman.
And was he?
No. That was sad, really. Nobody would employ him. He couldn't...
Yes. Yeah, well, as I say, we specialise in local history, so a Teddy Kennedy biography isn't exactly what we're, No, I think Fish in My Rearview Mirror is a very good title. Yeah. It's just not our kind of book. Look, excuse me, I'm going to have to go, because I'm interviewed at the moment, all right? Yeah, thanks for ringing, bye. Fish in My Rearview Mirror, bloody hell, what next?
Come in. All right.
This is a mistake, isn't it?
You think this is a mistake? You should try invading Russia. Talk about cold. I'm not kidding you. My scrotum was like a corduroy cap.
Yeah. Hold on. You're one of those French revolutionaries, aren't you, eh? I know the routine. Free bottle of Beaujolais, and then I have to remove Robespierre's periwig with my teeth, eh? I thought you lot had been banned after that bloke got guillotined at his stag do.
No, mate, you're all mixed up. I'm the Emperor Napoleon. I've been sent by the job centre.
You know, I wasn't expecting the Emperor Napoleon.
Look, I wasn't expecting Waterloo, but, you know, what can you do? Anyway, what's this job all about?
Professor Wiseman, Wolverhampton University, is writing a book about the lives of factory workers in the Black Country. And we've decided to hire a research assistant. So the two of them can work very closely together on various...
Do you do French food in the canteen?
No, I don't think so.
Pity. So versatile, are they? One day they're in a stable, the next day they're on a BAP. Huh? Incredible. I got my bugger in the car park, you know. Huh? Big, brutish, dangerous thing he is. Oi! Come here. Come on now. Come on. No. He hates it when I do that.
You say you come here on horseback?
Yeah.
But you got some stairs.
No, you just have to climb on as best you can.
Look, I'm sorry, I don't think this is going to work, is it? I mean, I'm all for you people being let out into the community again, but I don't think you're going to be suitable.
Look, I understand. Perhaps you could tell the people at the job centre that I turned up, but I wasn't quite right.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll say you did your best, but...
This is Dr. Roach from the psychiatric hospital. He likes to keep an eye on me. Anyway, we best be off.
That's good to meet you. I was just explaining to the Emperor... I was just saying that he's not quite right for the research job.
Oh, why not?
It's obvious, isn't it?
Well, not to me it isn't. I've known him for 10 years, and I'd say he could do any job once he put his mind to it.
Oh, really?
He's never been given the chance. That's what gets me. He's a very talented man. He's told me that many a time. And I just wish people would give him a break.
Well, you're the expert. I mean, we're very proud of our equal opportunities policies. Perhaps I've been a little too harsh with you.
Yeah, well, perhaps you have.
Perhaps not, though.
Yeah, but what about all the Napoleon stuff?
I know. It was a cowboy hat yesterday. I just let him get on with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've got some others to see, but I mean, I'll be honest, I don't hold out too much hope. I mean, at least he's taken the trouble to get dressed up. I mean, I'm not kidding you. I've had people turn up here in bloody denim jackets and T-shirts. I mean, they've got no chance, have they? I mean, I can't imagine any of them taking the trouble to add a hint of chiffon. Could you start tomorrow, do you think?
Oh, don't worry. Even if I have to drive me here myself...
Will you stay out of this? Look, you don't want to employ me. I'm the Emperor Napoleon. Now, that's not good, is it? I annexed large parts of Europe and to battle with some of the great military figures of the early 19th century. Can you imagine how annoying that gets? I mean, working closely with Professor Wiseman. Just picture it, will you? Eh? The old prof, worried sick because some chapter on the history of toe detectors isn't going very well. And me, wandering round in a big moody because they're auctioning me mummified penis again. It'll be a complete nightmare. Will you stop chewing that bloody fence? And what about when I have to go into exile? Huh? Hey? I'm damned if I'm booking that as holiday. And then there's a bloody hemorrhoids. Oh! Well, that's that broke.
I'm sorry, Doc, he's too far gone.
Oh, but he can do wonders with a pumpkin. Have you ever...
Listen, Doctor. Gentleman's obviously made his mind up. We should respect that decision. No hard feelings, mate. I'll sort you out a medal. Perhaps stick it in the post for you.
Thank you.
Come along, Doctor.
Well, I'm sorry, Frank. I did try my best.
You know, it's only my deep, deep joy at not getting this job that stops me from strangling you.
Is there anything wrong? I thought I heard shouting.
Oh, no, that was me. I'll get a bit strange if I haven't had any medication.
Oh, dear. What are you on?
24 not out. Well, you had to be there. Anyway, don't worry about me. Dr. Roach is taking me back to the psychiatric hospital. Aren't you, Doc?
Oh, I bet you're wondering how I...
Oh, you're the chap from the railway station.
Yes, I am.
Every morning I see you. I was curious, but, well, I hadn't got the courage to come over and speak. I wanted to. Oh, I really wanted to. Still, that was before I found out you were a nutcase. Is he free now?
Yes, go right up, Professor Wiseman.
Thank you very much.
Right. Well, let's go and finish that song I was writing, shall we?
OK, have you come up with a title yet?
Yeah, I thought Die Lesbian Whore might be quite good.
Right. Does this mean you won't be going to the station tomorrow?
There's no point, is there?
No, still, I'll have to go. Ursula said she really looks forward to seeing me.
Come on, get out.